Alright, it's Tuesday. Here's the details. Scream my name and you know I'ma hook you up. Most of you guys know I ride every year with my mom. Last year, my bestie joined us and it was a good time. Let me know in the comments where you'll be on the route. And for those who have no idea what I'm talking about or what's going on, watch this clip.
History books. Come here, let me stretch y'all out right fast, because this New Orleans hood history, and I can't tell you about Mardi Gras without telling you about the Zulu Parade. The Zulu crew was the first black parade in Mardi Gras. And before y'all start, this is not Blackface. This is Zulu warrior face paint. The Zulus was named after an African warrior tribe. The crew of Zulu didn't have money for masks when they first started, and they was mandatory, so they used the Zulu face paint instead. Now you might see white people in the Zulu Parade, but it's homage and not disrespect. A dude named John L. Matoya started this parade to be the blackest parade in Mardi Gras. So he threw African spears and coconuts off the float, and to catch a coconut, oh yes, you'll be fighting over one. And everybody from New Orleans know the best place to catch the Zulu is on Orleans Avenue, but you better be careful fighting over them coconuts. Zulu roll at 8 a.m., so get up and start drinking your hangover away.
So this happened. A parade in New Orleans called the Zulu Parade, featuring people in green dresses, skirts, face paint, and blackface. Yes, blackface. And if you are from the Zulu tribe in South Africa, like me, you probably watched this with your jaw dropped on the floor because what? What in the hell, you guys? What are you doing? Hey.
I wonder what the sound effect. Shut the beat up. I like sound effects.
This is not a cultural exchange. Sorry, this is not respect. This is not even close to what Zulu culture is and what it represents. But the worst part, this has been going on for over a century, apparently. So today I would like to talk about the Zulu Social Aid and the Pleasure Club, the messed up history behind this parade, the dangerous inaccuracies being pushed in the name of tradition, and why this is not just cultural appropriation. It's an erasure of real people with a real history. Hi everyone, my name is Nelly and welcome to my YouTube channel where I do commentary videos on anything and everything. So today we're going to be talking about the whole viral video of the African Zulu Parade that happens in New Orleans in America. And I have a lot to say about that. So let's get right into it. So I was just minding my business, scrolling through Twitter like a normal person would do, as one does, when I stumbled upon this.
Yeah, let me get 2 quick pics in the...
Darnell, that's you? boy, look at you, boy. Look.
Now, you've just watched that video, and if you might be asking yourself, what is that? That is a parade float in New Orleans with the words African Zulu slapped on it. And these people are apparently in tribal looking outfits representing the Zulu tribe, and yeah, what looks like also suspiciously blackface. Okay, at first I thought it was some weird historical reenactment gone wrong, but no, this is 2025. This just happened, I think, a few days ago or a few weeks ago. I think a few days ago, because it's currently trending on Twitter. And this is apparently a Zulu parade in America, in New Orleans. And look, as someone who is actually Zulu, who's from South Africa, as in from the actual Zulu people in South Africa, not the fantasy version created by someone who Googled tribal mask PEG. No, I have questions about this. I have concerns. I have a migraine, and I'm allowed to, because this is my culture. This is my identity. So I think it's fair for me to ask questions. What I saw was not a celebration of Zulu culture from that video. It was a performance, a caricature, a whole parade float of people cosplaying something that they don't understand. And then acting offended when the actual people from that culture and that tribe call them out. So today we're diving into it. We're diving into this whole thing, the history of the parade, the legacy of the real Zulu people, why blackface is blackface, even if you are still black, why there's this entire situation is very offensive, and how cultural appropriation isn't just a buzzword, it's a real global problem. So we're here to talk history and misrepresentation and the way African identity keeps getting turned into a mockery and a costume for other people's entertainment. So let's get right into it. Let's rewind. So the Zulu Parade in New Orleans is actually part of Mardi Gras. And it started over 100 of years ago. In 1909, a group of black laborers and performers created a Zulu social aid and pleasure club. Basically, a group of mutual support and community fun in the middle of the deep-rooted Jim Crow South. At that time, the black people were commonly excluded from the main Mardi Gras crew, so the men created their own with satire. They wore grass skirts, exaggerated face paint, and acted out the absurd stereotypes white people used in minstrel shows to mock them. Right, yeah. The blackface and the outfits were originally meant as a parody of white Americans' race imagery. But here's the catch. Satire doesn't age well when people stop realizing it's satire. Over the decades, the meaning got lost. Now it's just tradition. People are still dressing up in these outdated stereotypes and calling it culture, which brings us to today, where people on floats are yelling Zulu Parade while looking like a bad Halloween costume version of Wakanda meets Tarzan. I can't, no. Now let's talk about the actual Zulu people. Who are they? Yes, let's talk about us. Who are we? We are one of the largest ethnic groups in South Africa. Our history is not a fairy tale or a theme. It's real, it's deep, and it's powerful. We come from KwaZulu-Natal. Our kingdom was founded by King Shaka Zulu in the 1800s, and our cultural attires has symbolism that reflect war, ancestry, leadership, and pride. Our traditional clothings are very sacred. Our language is very real. Our legacy includes resistance, unity, and strength in the face of colonial violence. We are not some vague African aesthetic with feathers and tribal paint. No. So when I see people misusing the name Zulu and mixing it with whatever random costume piece they found in a sale party city, it feels like a punch in the gut. It feels like you are erasing our identity and our culture. And that is not a good feeling. Zulu culture is not just African culture. It is specific, it is intentional, and what we are seeing in this parade, it is the exact opposite. Now, obviously, as I was scrolling on Twitter, the comments are very hectic. Obviously, a lot of people, especially the people from New Orleans, or any people who are supporting this, do not really understand why this is offensive. Let's address the painted elephant in the room, the blackface. Now, their defense is, I'm black. I cannot do blackface. How is it blackface when I am black? And yes, even if the people wearing it are black, it is still blackface, guys. It's still blackface. Blackface is not about who wears it. It's about the history behind it. And black Americans should know the history behind blackface. They should be familiar with that. It was used to dehumanize and stereotype black people through exaggerated, cartoonish features and behaviors. That is not good. Is that good? And then you go right ahead and do it too. So no, putting on a dark face paint, exaggerated lips, and a costume rooted in minstrel imagery doesn't magically stop being offensive because of your skin color or because you are black. Intent doesn't erase impact. The name African Zulu, yo, as if that's some kind of theme park area. It do be sounding like that. You don't just pick a real living culture and turn it into your parade aesthetic. It does not work like that. And the costumes, the use of generic tribal pieces, headdresses, grass skirts, they don't reflect anything remotely close to the Zulu tribe or the Zulu attires. It's a mashup of stereotypes mixed together to make this African Zulu attire or costume. And yet people are throwing beads from floats like they're doing something noble while wearing these attires and with their face painted black, having this blackface. This isn't a celebration of heritage. It's cosplay. And the costume is our culture. Now, here's a kicker. When actual Zulu people like myself and many others started speaking up, we were met with so much defensiveness. Understandable, okay? Understandable. This tradition has been happening for a very long time, I guess. People were saying it's tradition. We're black too. We're honoring you. You should be proud. Or this has been happening for a very long time. Or I'm black. I cannot be doing blackface. But proud of what though? To be proud of a distorted version of ourselves that we didn't ask for? Nobody asked for this. And we are also shocked because girl, this is the problem with the diaspora disconnect, okay? Black Americans have every right to celebrate their history and create traditions. But when you borrow from a culture that's not yours, and the people from that culture tell you that they're being offended or they see something wrong with what you're doing, the least you could do is listen. Instead, people have doubled down and they have been calling South Africans sensitive. Now, we do get it, okay? We get that you've taken our name, robbed our identity, and now gatekeep the narrative, okay? You're not honoring the Zulu people. You are not honoring the Zulu tribe. And from what I've been seeing on X, I don't think they are honoring us. I feel like they're just vibing. They're doing whatever. And they're low-key erasing our identity. You're erasing us while painting your face and calling it legacy for yourselves. It's not legacy for us, but it's probably legacy for you guys. But that legacy is wrong though. That legacy is offensive. That legacy is desensitized you guys. That legacy is not correct. It's not. I didn't want to be so biased with this video, but there's no point of me like not being biased because With that being said, I just want to end this video by saying Zulu is not a vibe. Zulu is not a look. We are people with history, with language, with pride, and with trauma. And when you wear blackface in our name, when you throw a parade that dresses us like cartoon characters and call it tradition, you are not celebrating us. You are disrespecting us and you are mocking us. Culture is not a theme. Identity is not a backdrop. So the next time you see someone in a grass skirt yelling African Zulu Pride from the top of a float, ask yourself, whose pride is really being celebrated and whose voice is being silenced beneath that paint? I hope you enjoyed this video. Do hope to see you again. Please don't come for me in the comments. This is how I feel. This is my opinion. Okay? Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope in the comment section we just respect each other and open up a conversation and actually listen to the people that are victims of this, to the people that actually live with this culture and have an identity that is intertwined with this culture. Let's listen. Let's stop yapping and let's just listen and learn and maybe change it up next year. Rectify, do some research, do better. Okay? So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Tell me what you think down below on the comment section about this whole saga. And let's be respectful once again in the comment section. Mwah. Love you. Peace.